Greetings, beautiful family, family of the light and the love and the earth, soul family. Yeah. Greetings also from my beautiful new friend who is very, very communicative. We've been riding bikes this morning and being in the sunshine and watching the birds and being in the oneness with all. How are you all? This beautiful full moon energy, and here the days are getting longer and lighter and warmer. Still in my life review. It's very beautiful this morning, speaking with my mother in Germany. It's so beautiful. Some of my things are still there. She was just clearing up something, and she had an old book of mine in which I had written all these different details about different countries, and I was reflecting on when I did an apprenticeship in Germany in a travel agency, all these things I had to learn and memorize. That was in 95 to 98. And all these airports and special streets, and we had to really learn about the planet and memorize it. We had tests, we had a final exam, we had to memorize all the airport names, all the harbors, all the islands. Oh my God. And as she was finding this book this morning, I just remembered how much I learned and how much I loved learning about this planet and dreaming of where I would travel to. And I was always watching travel shows and shows about other countries and reading books about other countries and explorers, and just sharing that with you, as I share with you my deep love, my deep relating with Earth, with this planet. And when I worked in the travel agency and later for a tour operator, I loved helping others go to places and have a beautiful time there, and I loved facilitating travel for them. And later I shifted into helping to do deep inner journeys, facilitating the journey of getting to know ourselves, the deep journey coming home to ourselves. And in some ways everything leads us there. Travel led me there. Travel led me there, and led me to Australia as well. And it's all about this deep inside journey, the journey home to ourselves, and eventually arriving. And it's like arriving at a destination. We stop traveling, we have arrived. Then we explore the destination. So when we have arrived in our wholeness and in the realization who we are not, and dropping into the oneness with all, and when we have been integrating all our lifetimes and when we have become an integrated self, it shifts. We stop then traveling because we are there. And where is there? It's inside. Then we stop looking outside, we stop traveling, we stop journeying, and then actually we begin living again. We then are like an open house, we are like the sky itself. We are like, we are the embodied wholeness, we are the interbeing, interconnected with all. Then we stop traveling and we have arrived and we live again. We connect, we live, and like I shared last night in my post, we then have space to be friends again, to be where we are and really connect, to care for the animals, to care for the land, to care with each other, and to care for who is there at the destination. When we stop being busy traveling, stopping the journeying to find ourselves, to come back home, to come back to wholeness, in inverted commas, to heal ourselves, to realize that we are whole and have always been, but to heal our wounds, to integrate our fragmented self, then we are there. Then we then have to live at the destination inside ourselves as the integrated human, shifting into the Homo luminous, shifting into our light body, letting our light body come online, because then we are not anymore operating as the constructed unaware self. The constructed unaware self that had forgotten who we were, that was in amnesia, unaware, doing what was expected, pleasing, and so on, and not living as the full self that we truly are. So beautiful things coming in with my little friend here, fully in. My guinea pigs, I've been deeply journeying with my guinea pigs for many, many years. They are master souls in these little bodies. You know, you might be more impressed if I would sit here with a buffalo or an elephant, but have a look at this miraculous little being. She is not any less special or magnificent than you or me or an elephant or a giraffe or a horse. She is super divine and very special. I mean, hear her sounds and her awareness and her energy, which is coming through here. Yeah, so deep honor and respect of every other sentient being. Yeah, and when we have arrived, then we are free. We are free to live and to love then. We've always been that. Then we are living as love. Eventually it stops. So when I took part in a mystery school temple training to land our soul, and that wasn't just a 7-week immersion, also from my home, from my land. That was just the beginning and the continuation. Deep also with body talk, landing, we did the soul's journey with Dr. John Weltheim. It was never just a course or an immersion. It was just part of the wholeness. And all of that, you know, I am not a therapist. I dropped out of being a therapist, if I ever called myself that. The therapists are the hardest, actually. They are entwined in ego and in helping others. That's a block also to come home to ourselves and into the wholeness of what we all, the wholeness that exists. The addiction of therapy. And yes, therapy has played a part, has definitely played a part in my life, and being a therapist, learning to be a therapist. Gratefully, I'm so grateful that in Body Talk, we weren't called Body Talk therapists, we were practitioners, because we were practicing Body Talk and living and embodying it So we were never called body talk therapists. We were called body talk practitioners because we were practicing it. Joining the mystery school, immersing, we were asked to let go of all our titles, our relationships, our occupations, everything when we entered. I can so see now why. To stop all, because most had been built up from the constructed self. You know, and this tree is a therapist, this guinea pig is a therapist. The oneness spirit and the alignment, and you know, this is deep therapy. But what do we need to therapize from? So let's drop that. Let's get out of all of that. I'm not a therapist. Therapy is finished when we are in. There doesn't need to be ongoing therapy. We just have to drop the identifications and the ego. And the therapists, it's an ego label. They are the hardest to drop. They are the hardest to work with. Because why? They've been so distracted working with other people that most of the time they haven't been able to do their own work. That has been the most surprising insight to me that I've had in the last years. Yeah. So anyway, that's just part of the journey. And if you are a therapist or calling yourself a therapist, then feel into that. Yeah, letting go of all these ego structures and labels. Stripping bare. I'm just me. Just me, just like the guinea pig. No labels, nothing to make us be better. What I've learned, just like having learned so much about the earth, to work and travel, what is most worse is that I'm sitting here on earth, that I know her deeply, intimately well, because I've been immersing with her for years and years and years and years, since I've landed here on earth, since I was a baby. Yeah. So that's what matters, what I have lived. And then my deep inner homecoming, that's what matters, not my titles and all my studies. How have I been embodying? How have I been living it? Yeah. So it's beautiful. These frequency machines and the water, everything is helping actually also therapists to stop being therapists and giving the fishing rods, giving the tools to the people so we can drop and drop in, reconnect to our soul, reconnect to earth, and stop staying stuck in these ego labels. Yeah, and I hear Osho's words as well. Yeah, when the therapy drops when we have merged with the oneness of all. He found the therapists also the hardest to work with. They were helping people, but then they were blocking themselves because they were identified with helping people. So the leaders that we are not leaders to be on a pedestal and gathering followers. We are embodied, decentralized leaders that are just embodied and hear the embodiment and leading by example, leading by being what we are, by being home and by being whole. If you resonate, you are that leader too. If you think you are better and you are running ahead and others are following you and you are standing on a pedestal where nobody knows how you actually live and you live very differently behind closed doors and you have been just focused on helping others instead of coming home to yourself, then you are not the decentralized embodied leader. Then you are the therapist that does something and has been through all the doing, avoiding the deep own inner work. It's humbling and it's crushing and it takes courage because we have to leave the familiar We have to trust. We have to open up whole new pathways. Not being a therapist also for money and fame. How many therapists do you know who earn their living through that and the fame? But the people still have to come back and come back and come back after 10, after 20 years. It's not therapy, it's an addiction, and it's a rut, and it's a trap. So, very interesting what comes through here this morning. As we are sharing this here together. So, to our freedom, to our decentralized embodied leadership, to reconnecting with Earth and our souls, remembering who we are, reconnecting with each other, and to having time for each other, because we're stopping the running around and the therapy, being lost in therapy, so that we can actually really live in friendship and supporting each other and creating together and living life together, instead of locked away in therapy and in constant loops of journeying and therapy and trying to become enlightened and far out. So eventually we all must get there, and it's also at first a void space, and it can seem low intensity and boring and everything is dead, and it's a death. There can be, then we have to move through another layer of fear, of survival and trust, and surrender. Surrender to love, surrender to life, surrender all our identifications and come home to self. For that I am here. In that I am leading through my embodiment, through what I'm sharing, through inviting to create and share together. Also these powerful machines that are helping others to shed their programs and to have another way to create together. Not alone, but all one together. If that's you, then get in touch. Or maybe you are in there with me already. Maybe, you just know. You just know here where we are. And if you are still deprogramming and coming home, that's what these transmissions are about. I have a big YouTube channel now. I don't care how many followers, even if it's just one. I don't care. Even if it's none, it goes into the grid. I'm not after followers. I'm after nobody. I'm here for partnership, true partnership, caring for life together. And so lots of love from both of us. We are just, and from all of it to our wholeness. And I see you again, we see you again next, and always in the quantum field, in the light, in the love, where we are all one, and coming home to ourselves, out of therapy, if you ever were stuck in that. Hi Jake, nice to see you. I'm just closing. Replay will be there, of course, always there. And timeless, we are timeless. Everything is now. Everything is for whenever. We are also in the new galactic year. Really exciting. But we are here right now. Also not focused on, oh yay, tomorrow this and this is going to be. We are here right now. And what we don't do right now or live right now, it's not going to happen tomorrow. We have to live it first, energy first, and then it follows. Thank you. And I'm so thankful for this transmission, what has been flowing through. And thank you for my little Nancy, my little companion, bringing this through with me. And thank you, Jake, and thank you for all of you watching the replay. Thank you all for being here on this planet. It's not an easy gig, but we came here. because we came here for this. And we are so strong and so courageous, or we wouldn't be here. And we are doing it. We are the shift. We are it. But we need to go home and drop the ego. Can't be forced, can't be bought. Can only be happening through surrender. And we go through Mother. We've came here through Mother. So we go through Mother Earth as well. Yeah. So, I see you later again. Bye.